For more, you can speak to Dahiyeh. She's a spokesperson for CARE France. CARE is an aid group on the ground in Lebanon. Hello to you, Dahiyeh. Thank you for coming in. You were here earlier this week at France 24. Yes. At the time, I think we were reporting 58,000 people were internally displaced in Lebanon. The shelters were already full. Today, we're talking about perhaps 300,000, maybe many more. How serious is this crisis?
Many more. We are talking about maybe 700,000 people.
700,000.
Yes, already on the run. So it's quite difficult to have accurate figures. But what it means that we have thousands and thousands of families who are in urgent need of help. Those families had to flee rather south of the country, as you showed, but also, and that's unprecedented, they had to leave their homes in 4 neighborhoods of South Beirut. And only there it has the more dense neighborhoods of Beirut. So all these people had to leave their homes in a few minutes, really. They received an SMS, which in essence said, leave or die, evacuate now. So what we are seeing on the ground are families who left in their pajamas, without shoes, without anything.
At a moment's notice and amid cold weather.
Yeah, it's not summer over there, but really, like the big difference with the conflict last year, which was very august already, is that people didn't even have the time to pack some of their personal belongings. So they really are out there on the streets, in the shelters, and they need everything. What does it mean? They need food, hot food, they need water, they need mattresses, they need blankets, they need hygiene kits, they need soap, they need pretty much everything. Diapers for the kids. We saw my colleague Noor, who was yesterday on the streets of Beirut providing food, told me, I saw a woman, she just had a C-section 2 days ago, and she's there with her baby, and with the C-section wound nearly open right there on the streets without any support. So this is a dire situation, and we are really on the brink of a very serious humanitarian situation.
Yeah, that woman, after a C-section, would definitely fall into this category. But who else would you say are among the most vulnerable in this situation?
Women and kids are always the most, and girls especially, because in any promiscuous situation, women and girls are always more exposed, and that's our experience. CARE, we are present in 120 countries throughout the world, in all the difficult countries, and we know that women and girls are more affected in any kind of crisis. So we had a specific attention to provide to women and girls and children. What my colleagues from CARE Lebanon staff told me this morning and yesterday is that when they are going into shelters, they can see extremely tired people. Everyone is tired, but the kids are extremely nervous. They run everywhere, they shout, they really don't understand what's happening to them. And it's not only the people fleeing, it's also the people helping. And this is Lebanon is, as you know, quite a small country. So it's not like someone is not aware of what's going on. People in Beirut, whether you're south or north, you hear the bombing, you see the drones. No one is sleeping now for a week. Everyone is extremely vulnerable. The mental health issues are going to be really important in the coming days. But now the really big priority is to get human help on the ground. And for that, we need a lot of solidarity, because we are in a country that has been living a big economical crisis since 2019, plus a war last year with no reconstruction whatsoever of our infrastructure, hospitals, schools. So really the Lebanese state itself doesn't have the means to help this population that is now fleeing so many places. So we need help, we need support, financial support. So please donate to CARE. We are on the ground, but really donate to any NGO on the ground that you trust and want to help. But also I call on all states and European states and French states, please keep giving and give to NGOs right now. And please be responsible and ask for a ceasefire. What we see in this region, it's a total despise of what civilian life is. No parties is considering their obligation in front of international humanitarian law, which is to take care of civilians.
And 700,000 people internally displaced in a small country, in a diverse country. When you speak to your colleagues on the ground, do they talk about what morale is like? Is there a sense of solidarity? Are tensions high between people?
Just imagine if it was here in France. It's 1/6 nearly of the population is now on the move. It's half the population of Paris, internal Paris. Imagine half of Paris having to live in 2 minutes. Yeah. Imagine, and if we get the ratio to the population of France, that will be more than 10 million people having to change where they live overnight. In France. So imagine the power of needs that this means and the power of destabilization that this means in any country, whether it's Lebanon or elsewhere. The solidarity that Lebanese people have been showing to each other since many years now, last year and still now, is tremendous. But of course, there will be tension because it's normal in this kind of situation. And we see that in every region of the globe. It's super difficult to absorb such an amount of people who have no house, no food, nothing, and need really shelters. They need food. They need everything at the moment.
And amid the flurry of strikes and the retaliatory strikes as well, are you hearing as much conversation from international governments, world leaders, about the humanitarian situation as you'd like to hear, or is that being sort of swept under the rug?
I am here today because I'm appalled. I am mad, and I'm really sad of one thing. It seems that civilian life does not matter anymore to anyone. So we, a humanitarian organization, we are ringing the bell in the most severe way. Please wake up. Civilian life matters. We organize after World War II, after this huge, we cannot live this anymore, aspiration. We organize laws so that we take care of humanity, of human dignity. We took a certain amount of decisions that no matter what conflicts will erupt in the future, we will put the civilian life in the middle of dignity, and we need to protect civilian life. This is not what is happening in this region at the moment. This is not what is happening in Lebanon at this moment. On one SMS, more than 700 people were being told, leave. This is what is called a mass civilian displacement. Yeah. This is against humanitarian law.
Yeah, so if I listen to you, you're saying that disaster is already here. Yesterday, we heard the Lebanese Prime Minister saying it's looming, but it sounds like it's already here. I'm just wondering, you've referred to it several times, the war we saw last year. Has that helped you put in place any certain amenities that might make this crisis easier, or is it completely different?
Easier, certainly not, because the numbers are even more grave, but we are ready. What I mean is that we are 70 people care only on the ground in Lebanon. And yes, we've been learning a lot from the crisis last year. So we have our chain is ready. We know, we identify what is being needed. And as you know, none of this is being done alone. We are under the coordination of the Lebanese state. The Lebanese state need to do better in terms of organizing this coordination because we need to move fast. But really, this is first and outmost the Lebanese state that is doing the coordination, especially in identifying where the shelters could be. And then all of us, every day, all the NGOs on the ground, we're talking to each other. Okay, where will I be useful today? Care, you have food today, so go there. This organization, you have this, go there. And so that's how we make sure that with the limited resources we have at the moment, we try to be the most efficient we can. But really what is needed is urgently, basically money. We need money, we need donation, we need the states to, there are lines from our European states that they can deblock towards the NGOs and say, okay, we know you are there, you know what is needed, please, you need to take this flexible funding. We ask this from the states. And also I ask from you to me, to any people, please donate. You can donate to us. Care France is asking for donations. Go on the website of Care France if you can, carefrance.org. But really donate to any NGO you trust.
To help sort of crystallize this, can you give us an idea of, I think earlier this week there were perhaps 300 shelters that were ready. They were already full.
There were more than 500.
More than 500.
Already full.
How many more shelters are needed, and how much money do you think is needed as well?
We are talking of millions of euros needed. Last year, the event of last year that was more severe, the money needed for the reconstruction was evaluated to 10 billions. 10 billion euros.
The country already in an economic crisis.
Yeah, and this money never comes through. So we are in a moment where and why do we need so much money? Because we need right now money to help the people to eat, to sleep and everything. But very soon we will need also money to repair, because at this moment with the heavy bombing going on, what is going on is that the civilian infrastructures are being targeted. So what does it mean? Schools, hospital, and in the south, they were never repaired last year. So we are in a situation that even targeting civilian, infrastructure itself, it's against humanitarian international law. So we are in a situation where the people are moving, the infrastructures are being hit. So the need for money will be super important, because we will have to take care of the people and we will have to repair the infrastructure so that the people could maybe think of going back and live where they were living. At the moment, with the current situation on the ground, security situation, people are just wanting to have a week of security somewhere. They are not even thinking, okay, we may go back, because they don't know if they will be able to go back ever to where they were living even 2 days ago.
And I'm wondering, if the civilian infrastructure is being hit, is there a level of suspicion among the Lebanese people that are displaced that maybe they might be safer not going to these public spaces?
At this moment, what we hear in the shelters, the question, first at this moment is please provide food, provide a mattress. Do you have diapers for my baby? I am bleeding from my C-section. Can you help me? This is this is the moment they are in. They are in shock. They are in dire need of this very essential basic needs. But these questions will come. Of course, if the south of the country is totally destroyed, if those neighbors are totally destroyed, and we've seen that in Gaza, these are not dignified conditions to live in. So how do you want those people to return? To return to what? So this question is not for now, but this question will come, and this will come with the need for reconstruction, for sure. This is something we are in Gaza also. And in Gaza, we've been seeing people being reduced to live on what is really like a post... It's nothing. There is a portion of the territory so ridiculous that you cannot have dignified conditions of living. We don't want to see that for Lebanon, but this is in the making. This could be such a scale of bomb, humanitarian bomb.
Yeah, and even if this war only lasts several days or several more weeks, in the best case scenario, as you alluded to earlier, the mental health aspect of this will carry on for years and likely decades after that.
This is what we observe already in the whole region where we are. We are in Gaza, we are in Jordan, we are in Iraq, we are in Turkey, we are everywhere in the region. And really what we can see is that we are facing generations of people, and especially kids. Rather they are not being able to go at school, so they don't even get the conceptual tools to understand what they're living and what it will mean for them to recover. So that's for the children, but we have a whole generation of people. You know what is a bomb? What bombs makes to your brain? It's catastrophic. It's traumatic. So it's one bomb. Now we are talking of hundreds of bombs falling one after the other. This is a deflagration in your head that is messing with your head. And with deprivation of sleep, deprivation of food, deprivation of water. So we have a whole generation in the whole larger region now that is facing heavy mental health issues, and that we will have to take care for decades. And that's our responsibility, to be in solidarity with these people, because none of them, they're civilians, none of them has been choosing what they are having to face at the moment.
And thank you very much. As you heard her plea to donate, you can find information on their website, Care France. Dahiyeh from the organization. Thank you.
Thank you so much.